Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Sometimes I keep wondering if something is wrong with the brains of those proposing or supporting one Nigeria, because I can't imagine being in a country where the janjaweed Fulani can do anything and get away with it, whereas other tribes can't. Look at the case of Evans, the kidnapper from the southeast. The janjaweed arrested him. They used the southwest media to hype the case, and they locked him up. And I'm not saying that kidnapping is right, but treat every tribe equally. When it came to the Fulani bandits and herdsmen, we all know that they kidnap and maim school children. They kidnap farmers and even kill some of them. They kidnap women, kill them, they rape them. But they are being rewarded handsomely with ransoms. And they are being given amnesty. What of the notorious Fulani kidnapper Iskulu Wakil, who was arrested by OPC members and handed over to the Nigerian police, who had claimed that they've been trying to arrest Iskulu for a very long time, but he was evading arrests. Instead of rewarding the OPC members, they got them arrested and they set the criminal Fulani kidnapper free because the Fulani presidency gave the order. The Fulani presidency nepotic appointment is the first of its kind in the history of Nigeria and the whole world in general, for a multicultural society like that of the zoo called Nigeria. They put incompetent tribesmen or women in positions where they have little or no expertise or knowledge. No wonder the country became the poverty capital of the world, despite having abundant and diverse mineral resources. One of such nepotic appointments happened in 2019, when the Fulani presidency made false corruption allegations against the then Chief Justice of the Federation of Nigeria, Walter Onojen, who is a Biafran, in order to remove him and pave way for a Fulani Chief Justice. This action resulted in turning of the Nigerian law upside down. Example is, you can't imagine someone who came forth in a governorship election and votes were manufactured from nowhere, and the Fulani Chief Justice made him the winner. No wonder Hope Uzodinma paid back this kind gesture by allowing the military to come and bomb Biafran land. Other examples we can find is that EFCC, police, Nigerian Port Authority, NNPC, DPR, federal courts, FIRS, where Tunde Fowler was removed shamelessly, finance ministry, immigration, custom, the list goes on and on. They violate civil service rules and constitution to keep Fulanis in charge. Their tenure ends and they extend it because they know that the next person coming to take over is from the south. They don't want to do that. They will look for ways to remove the southerner until they uplift or promote the next northerner so that he takes over. That's what they do. They created Sharia law in 12 northern states, and some of the states have majority Christian population. Nobody talked. They ban sales of alcoholic beverage, but they get the highest allocation from the taxes generated from these products. They created Hisbah police in the north, who are being paid from the federation account. Rather, they go after others created in the south, especially in Biafra land, and they claim is unconstitutional. So Hisbah and ECN, which one is unconstitutional? So there's nothing like one Nigeria. All the Fulani emirs, Fulani elites, and their cohorts are allocated oil wells in Biafra land, whereas no Biafran owns oil well, not even those whose community are blessed with the oil well. They've been talking about Ogoni cleaning since 2015. Nothing has been done. They turned those areas, Bayelsa State, Rivers, they turned them to a police state. You find lots of military there, making sure that they steal the oil, and the people of the land, they don't get any benefits from that. The mineral resources in the north are owned by Fulanis only. An example is the gold in Zamfara. We all know what happened. When they got exposed, they tried to cover it up, but it was too late. They engaged in secret employments for their quota system graduates, whereas our graduates who had earlier been shortchanged with quota system are left unemployed. They are borrowing a lot of money from international organizations and countries to develop the unstable Northwest and Northeast and Niger Republic, because that's where the janjaweed Fulanis are. They never planned for any infrastructure in Biafra land. And this is where Nigeria gets about 80% of its revenue. When you expose their corruption, they go after you and they kick you out. Just like Ibe Kachuku, who was the Minister of Petroleum and exposed the $25 billion petroleum contract that the janjaweed Fulani presidency did, and they stole the money. What about Winfred Eyoeta, who was the former head of civil service? She exposed the reinstatement of the pension thief, Meina, and that cost her job. That's the thing about the Fulanis, They are very, 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 very wicked. If you impede or if you stand in the way of their Fulanization, they will do everything to push you out. And if you look at Winfred Eyoeta and Ibe Kachuku, they are both Biafrans. And there are lots of other Biafrans and other Southerners that had the same issue, but I will just stop at those I've mentioned. They pronounced border closure. The southern borders were shut with heavy military presence, whereas the northern borders were open with no military presence, in order to allow the entry of foreign janjaweed Fulani unhindered. There is injustice everywhere in the zoo called Nigeria, and it's lots of injustice. And we still see some fools advocating for one Nigeria. Seriously? A Biafran woman named Bridget Egbahime was killed by Fulani janjaweed mob in 2016 that was around in Kanu. And those who perpetrated the acts till now are moving freely in the zoo, and no one is harassing them. And we say there's one Nigeria. Also, this have happened to other tribes in the south, and no one has been brought to book or justice. Sometime in 2019, a king in one of the southwest region was killed by the Fulani herders. Nothing happened. Just because Eastern Security Network removed Fulani from Biafran forest bushes, the Fulani presidency sent the whole military with their fighter jets to massacre Biafra. And someone is there advocating for one Nigeria. I don't get it. Don't you know that they are increasing taxes, VAT, import duties, electric tariffs, pump prices, etc. to cripple Biafran businesses and economy? Because they know that the food blockade won't work in the event of a war breakout. They are losing all their support because of the truth Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is preaching on Radio Biafra. And they are trying to block the station. Thank you for watching. Watch out for my next video. Bye-bye.